Not every game's like this. This again was kind of the perfect storm when it comes to both offenses just really playing at a very high level.
Tell me a little bit about the game that Bailey had and what he was able to do today.
Yeah, he played well. He got a pretty good guy throwing it to him.
Was this predictable?
No, I would have been happy for a 6-3 win. I mean, I told everybody it's going to be different. I mean, Tony asked me on my radio show on Thursday night. He said, will we be able to noticeably see a difference? I said, yes, absolutely, especially compared to last week when Louisville would get over the ball and sit there and stare at the sidelines for 30 seconds. I mean, it's not going to be like that. I mean, it's a very up-tempo league, and we understand it's going to be an up-tempo league, and we can play up-tempo as well as anybody else. We got to continue to get better defensively at playing at a very high-tempo level.
What about Geno's performance impressed you?
Well, I don't know. Probably everything. I mean, we hadn't turned the ball over in 3 games. You're going to win if you do that. We haven't turned it over in 3 games. His completion percentage is 80 to 90%. He's getting us in the right play. I mean, what's there not to like?
How does J.D. Woods rank in terms of young wide receivers that you've worked with?
Well, he's a senior. Just hasn't played much. The light came on to him in camp. I mean, if you guys remember, he didn't play much in camp because he wasn't eligible yet. But going into his senior year, got eligible, and then the light came on. That happens to seniors a lot.
Could you tell?
I'm still answering a question, Mickey. Okay, you know, the light came on as a senior. I'm proud of JD because JD hasn't done much around here, and he stayed the course, and the light came on. He's doing everything right now. He's practicing hard. He's doing a good job in the classroom. He's doing a good job in the weight room, and he's making plays on the field. So. You know, like I said, I'd rather that the light came on for younger kids as opposed to older kids, but we're getting a good senior year out of him.
The catch you made on that final drive really kind of made the same game.
Yeah, I wish he would have stayed in bounds. The clock started anyway, but we could have used a few more seconds off the clock.
Dana, how close was this offensive performance to realizing complete potential?
I don't know. You know, I mean, there's going to be plenty of things that we need to continue to get better at. Still don't think we rushed the ball very good, you know, and we're going to face tougher run defenses than this. Last week we faced a tougher run defense. This upcoming week we're going to face a tougher run defense. Obviously, when Sean gets healthy, it's going to help us. We were down on backs. I'm not going to use that as an excuse ever. If we had lost 63-0, I wouldn't use that as an excuse. But obviously, we want to get Sean back. He brings a different dimension. Bowie and Garrison's still coming along. The more he plays, the more confidence he's going to get. And then proud about how Bowie you gave it to him 25 times. He averaged only 3 yards a play, but he ran hard and he didn't turn the ball over.
Dana, talk about your guys having to face adversity and seeing how they respond. It seems like there was kind of an adverse moment with the way the first half ended. You guys came out of the locker room, you got a touchdown, and I think your defense may have gotten a stop too. How big was that part of the game into what eventually happened?
Yeah, I challenged them after that. That's you can't do that. I mean, we're lucky we won because of that play. When there's 6-7 seconds left, you obviously got to get back and keep things in front of you. We didn't do that. We got young safeties. I mean, we got 2 true freshman safeties that are back there. You know, our backup corners are basically true freshmen. I mean, those guys just got to keep playing. They were wide-eyed in the first half. They made some mistakes, and they'll get better for it. I mean, we're not going to. That performance won't make us worse defensively. When we see things and we put those guys in situations like that, they're going to learn from it. You know, yeah, it was pretty adverse for the defensive side at halftime, and came out and got a stop, which was good. Probably need a few more.
Dana, how close is Geno to reaching the level that you kind of foresee for him to get?
What was the question?
How close is he to the level that you can see him become?
I don't know how you can improve on that. I mean, he was 45 of 51 for 656 yards and 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Can you please explain to me how you can improve on that? He played well, but, you know, you know, Nick played well too. I mean, he had 580 yards. Terrence Williams had a 300. I mean, as good as Stedman played. I mean, Terrence Williams had 17 catches for 314 yards. He's a great player.
Dana, people might look at all those numbers and say, "When the defense being played out there," but when the offenses are going like that, is it really difficult for defense to cover everything that's out there for both of the offenses?
Wendell, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's both offenses played well. You know, to say that the defenses didn't play very well, I think would probably be an understatement. But and again, both. I mean, Coach Brow's going to say the same thing to his guys. We gotta keep improving on what we're doing. It's a long season. We got 8 more conference games. It's not going to get any easier. It's going to continue to get harder, and we need to continue to get better.
Dana, your team got separation there in the third quarter. You know, we were trading touchdowns. Did you sense that your team may have let up some, or how did Baylor come back up?
We didn't let up. I mean, you know, because they don't give up. They don't quit. They've been in games like that. They understand that style of ball. They understand that. I've been in a lot of games where you've been down more than 21 points and you come back and you win. And Coach Browse has been in a bunch of games where you've been down 21 points and you come back and win. So, you know, I was glad. You know, was happy with our offense to be able to get out there and take some time off the clock and you know, just try to run the game out, which we did at the end.
And you mentioned the wide eyes of your defenders in the first half, and you and your defensive staff knew the style of Big 12, but for defenders, did you anticipate, I mean, a pretty big learning curve in terms of you could practice it, but until they really experience this kind of style?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to go through it to be able to understand it. I mean, we can put them in practice situations a whole bunch, but until they actually see it, you know, it's just like you guys. I mean, you guys didn't believe me when I told you about the style of play. How much different can it really be? Well, it is different. I mean, they played fast and their tempo is great, and you know, we got to learn from it. We got to be able to handle that.
Dana, I know Geno doesn't care about the high school, doesn't care about the individual stuff. There are a lot of players in college football history who've gotten their moment, right, to show the nation and have not been able to hold up to them. You just read his numbers. So what does it say about him that when given the opportunity, he did what he did today?
Yeah, he's the one kid on our team that's not fazed by anything. I don't care what you throw at him. He's not going to be fazed from it. So whatever situations are put in front of him, he's gonna take it head on, and he's gonna have expectations for himself to be able to meet those expectations. You know, we don't, regardless if you all put him on him or if I put him on him, he's got higher expectations for himself and can handle pretty much any situation that you throw at him.
He said he wasn't perfect today.
Well, he did throw 6 incompletions.
That's what he said.
I know, it's just him. I worry about that with him at times. He expects perfection, which perfection is impossible. In the game of football, perfection's impossible, but that's just something that makes him great.
His deep balls, I mean, he hit some guys 40, 50-yard passes where he put it right in the guy's hands. That's something he's worked on quite a bit.
Yeah, it has, and the offensive line gave him obviously some good protection. When the defense is dropping 8, I mean, they have a hard time getting there, and so we've worked all week on Geno keeping the thing alive and keeping his eyes downfield, which we got better at that. You know, and then everybody's going to try to blitz the heck out of you, and we learned from that. We hit Tavon on that hot route, and he shook one, so that's going to scare people away from blitzing.
Was Austin here today? I mean, we couldn't find one.
He's in the training room. His job is to get treatment. Well, it's the way we handle it. I mean, if you're hurt, you get treatment. If you're not hurt, you play football.
With all the attention to this game, were you worried about your guys being, how do you think they handled that coming just to start the game, not being too?
Yeah, I mean, the situation didn't faze him. I mean, the atmosphere was fantastic. Y'all saw the same thing I did. Our crowd was tremendous. Our student section was tremendous. It's as loud as I've heard it. You know, I mean, it was a great moment for West Virginia, and we took advantage of it.